Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus and we are back here with more of this glorious game. I am very much enjoying it, and one of the things I enjoy the most is that when I'm done recording, I keep tinkering. Like, that's the beautiful part about this game. You just keep tinkering. So after the last recording, we had established our concrete production, which is really nice, and then I started making some nice road down here. And also just delimiting this one in a nice way. So we have a few things that are nice. I've also built a wall here, so that we've cleared out this part up here. So it's really nice. Let's talk a bit about what I want to do today, because the next couple of episodes will be we're in a very stable situation now, but that will develop into a mild to critical sense of panic in order for us to sort of hopefully get out on the other side in a safe way. As I was streaming, I got the question, have you noticed how little oil there is on the map? Like, that's tons of oil, right? This thing is not much. It's gonna run out very soon, so I need to panic, get that in. So this is one of the cool things. So on one hand, you need to climb the tech tree, and on the other hand, you need to avoid running out. So this is gonna be our problem. Currently, oil is using this very efficient way, and it also goes into all of our power is determined by this. So what I need to do is make sure that I don't consume too much power. I transition the power over to be other power generation, and then I need to get some oil from the map in here. So those are the big things we need to do. I think I would actually start by just getting this one enabled. Then I also need to build, let's see, one of these, and we need to build. You can see here the research lab. So the first thing we want to do is make research lab. That's here. And I also want to make a bus at some point, because then I'll lower the amount of trucks I need. But I think I need a lot of trucks here. So let's keep working on the trucks. This is also going to work, and I will now need to get some research lab 2. They will be, yeah, they'll be here, I think, like that. Yes, and then the next one will just be here. Good. So that is research labs. Get those in. So once they're done, we'll complete the first mission. The other thing that I want to do at the same time is actually, since we want coal, I have a mediocre amount of coal remaining here, and that will be dug out soon. Then I need to start working on this coal, but there's kind of a mountain ridge in the way. So what other thing can we do except just sort of punch our way through this part? No, that's not it. I'll punch my way through this part here. There. And there. And then we can also just imagine that this will also be a road over here. That way over to our coal power plants that we'll eventually make, and then on this side we'll also have another road. We'll just mark it like this so I know that it's coming. So let's see, what do we want? We want to make sure that we're clearing out the right kind of things. So I want to clear that part out, and this part, and this one, and this one, right? Those are the ones that I definitely need. That means none of that, none of that. Oh, let's also go to speed 2. And none of this right now. I'd like to take this up because I'm going to need this water reservoir for more water for the coal power plant. So my idea is I'll build a coal power plant, harvest this, go over here, and get that going. This part here, there's also another thing. This will be almost done. So when this is done, we can reassign them to something else and start digging through the mountainside, which is going to be a massive effort. And there we are. We have built the first these research, and we got advanced research, and we find an oil rig. Yes. Now we will have to work on power generation. So let's look at our research. That one will just be, oh, okay, that's because they are inbound here. And then I can reestablish this line. Very small line, but I wanted this to be here. Good. Now this should be flowing out. Excellent. Let's look at research. What are the most important things to research? Very first thing is getting a better maintenance depot. Oh yes. Then there's a lot of other things that are really nice, but cargo depot might actually be the first thing we want. And then work on power, mechanical power, that one. Once we have that, we can go into gas combustion. Not really, no, we'll do that one. And then we'll go gas combustion probably in the next episode. I don't think we can get more than that. So basically we need maintenance depot because that has a much better maintenance build here. It uses twice as much, but it gets like 4 times as much maintenance. Let's have a look at comparatively. Oh, it's 4 times as much and a little bit more than 4 times as much here. So we definitely want it for sure. So we'll get some of these upgraded. I'd really like to make a bus here, but that's going to be too... Current research is too advanced for our lab. Oh yeah, but that's where we need those 2 labs. Cool. This was the next thing. Now we have cleared out this area here. This is now completely done and also leveled. And that was just like a small thing I wanted to do. Nothing major, but it does enable me to do that part. And these walls will be built. Great. Now we can start working on the stuff that I wanted. And that is this mining depot is now going to get a location. And I want to make it like this. There we go. So that is the target. Now comes another thing that is something I found out that is really critical. So what happens is that as they go over here and start digging through this, they will put it into a box and or they'll put it into a truck, and the truck will find the nearest ore sorting facility, which will be this one. And then they'll sort of go all the way around and up there. That sucks. We definitely need to make sure that we have another one that takes, no, not coal. We'll not have coal. We'll have dirt and we'll have rock. And those will just be here. I don't even care if they're going to be full. They just need to be set up here. And I will then take this location and then use the advanced routes and then just go force it in here. I'll actually go so far as to say all the other ones will also do this. You're only allowed to go in here. And for this will only be allowed to go in here. And the final one is here. Because now that means I have linked them exactly to where they're supposed to go. Now it works again as we've cleaned it out. Then we can start working on the maintenance depot and was the other parts. Let's see. So now we go up here and we can see that what they're doing is now cleaning out this area slowly, and they'll be bringing it in here. And this is now getting picked up by priority 10, which is pretty low because I don't want this to be ahead of all the other locations. So I basically want anything that I can kind of run out on to be priority 8. Anything that's going to be a disaster if it doesn't work. Like this is priority 5. I even go so far as to say it's 8. All these are the ones that just need to be emptied gradually. They need to be a little bit higher as well. Then we can, well, we don't have the power generation. So what we can do we have the shipping? No, we don't have the shipping yet. Okay, so there's a lot of things we don't have yet. What I want to do now in terms of sort of unload here, I want to make sure that this gets unloaded and this gets unloaded. And only at that point will I sort of extend it out here, because otherwise they will fill in this corner. And I really want them to fill in this corner first and that corner so that it's nice and square. So we're getting now the new maintenance depot. Let's fire those up and get those upgraded. So let's see. Ooh, well, this is actually okay. It'll be sometimes going a little bit down. So this is 6 plus 3 goes into 105. If I upgrade this, let's get that one done. It'll be 4 times as much consumption and more than 4 times as much production. So that will be nice. And obviously it also has more buffer. So we look like we're in trouble when it comes to that. But look at that. Much better. I will actually just pause this one and then also upgrade the next here. So we'll have those 2 upgraded. There's no downside to these upgrades. It's just, of course, the disadvantage right now is the fact that they are going to be consuming a lot more resources, but that is totally worth it. Up here, if we just check in, we can start seeing we are munching on our mountain. And here we can also see that it's a little bit difficult for us to keep up with the emptying of this container. I've set this to reject single loads so that when they are, for example, oh, okay, that one, no, it's not a single load. But if they end up just only digging dirt or only digging rock, then they can go there. In the meantime, we've also been doing this part, the construction part. So we will be dispatching Ship is arriving. It has been delivered to the oil rig. The oil rig is now slowly being upgraded. And I think we can actually just send our ship home immediately. We can't go anywhere else out here because we don't have any ship weapons. So no, we can't kick out the pirates yet. This one will get there. As it goes there, oh, actually, oops. I think I actually want to visit it while we're here. We might as well just park it over here. We have 5 workers, but we're not reducing workers right now. So here's the thing. This one is... Oh. That's so weird. Let's go back here and click that one. Yes. So this is paused. If I start working on it, it consumes, or it will require 36 workers. But that's also pretty good because they will actually start consuming something. It's also really interesting. Like, why did it start on 60%? That seems... bad, or maybe it gets better when it gets upgraded. Anyway, so I need Unity and I need 36 workers to even fire it up, or I might even sort of get half of it. So that's the idea here is that you can also send your own ship over here just to pick up some products, but we need, of course, this one to keep going. Oh, right, that's not really working. Oops, that'll be problematic to say the least. What we also have here is a slow process of trying to migrate and move some of the water consumption here. And you'll be going that one. There. So I want to make a big water plant here. Well, from water collection location. And that's going to be a little bit more work. Here's an interesting thing. Oh, okay. That's actually good. Okay, so the vegetables cannot be unloaded after harvest because we're actually producing too much food. That's kind of good. We have a pretty good stockpile. If we look at the food here, 66 and 66 months. That is excellent. So let's see. Do we have, like, we don't have fuel saver. We could do plenty of food, but I don't think that's worth it. Not at this point. Our population will grow gradually and we do need more population. So maybe it's actually time to start the beacon up again. And we got the cargo depot done. Now that's an important part. Let's have a look out here on the map. We have unfortunately not been able to activate it. I'm activating now because it just almost have all the workers. So I'm just going to be finding something random here that we can disable. Let's have a look out here. So now they start generating at 54 out of 60. 54 per 60 seconds, and if we look at our consumption here, it is 2 times 54. So, and we're also seeing this warning now. That's not great. So we need to start working on it. All right, and here's another thing, because I know that some people will be saying like, no, get advanced oil yet. The thing is, right now we are constrained by people, electricity, mainly construction parts, and all of our construction parts, they're going to go into this cargo depot, because that will give us more input. And then after that, once we have more input, then I buy myself the reprieve in order to build the power generation. And after that, I will take away a lot of the demand for oil, and then I can get it more efficient. You could also argue that you'd want to make it more efficient first, but if I make it more efficient by going into advanced oil, which I don't have completed yet, then I'm also using quite a lot of power for this, because it's not, these are quite intensive in terms of power and also quite expensive. So I think that this priority, it's always a matter of trade-offs, and I think that it's it's the best trade-off I can do is to make sure that first get more oil in, second remove or reduce the demand for oil by taking power out of oil and make it into coal power. And then the third one is making oil more efficient. So that's going to be our longer term goal to get this done. I need a fluid module here and I need a fluid module here. I don't have any of the ships, so I should also bring stuff over to that ship. So we can recover that. Let's start loading for the ship. And do I have enough? Oh, I don't really have enough iron. Let's take an... I don't know if I should take an iron demand. Well, it's probably going to be a problem here. And I will also make sure that we get a inbound here, because we do need to make sure that we have diesel for the ship. There we go. So this one needs to be done, and I'll start working on this one. So this will take quite a while, and as we go over here, I'll need to get it from this location and into this area here. Do we have construction parts? Yes and yes. Okay, so I can start replacing this one with other parts, even though it's not exactly right now that it happens. Here and here, and then I'll go. Now we have killed our oil production. This is always lovely to do that there, and then I hurry up and rebuild this. So that will be our supply. Weird with this, but that's just how it is. Cargo depot has no cargo ship. I know, that's why we need this. You brought 20 in here and it got new refugees. Perfect. And well, it gives us a little bit of workers, but we also need some working on the ship. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to get more iron. Iron is going to be a little bit of a problem, so I'm kind of thinking, how about just getting an iron loan? It's dangerous because we're going to be consuming more iron than we need, so I'll just borrow this over 5 years. Good, and then hopefully it'll be brought into 220. That's still a lot of extra iron that we need to go in here. And then I need to build this part. By the way, I also need to get this being... Oh, why are they the wrong way? There. Okay, so these two are going to be priority inbounds. This ones that come from the ship. And this will be priority in here, and then whatever is left flows over to the other one. We have the ship parts delivered to the ship. Let's load the crew and send them out to get a ship, because once we have the ship, then it'll actually start working on this one immediately. Nice. So we actually work on construction parts here, and then once this is done, let's see, let's get this one to priority 7 and then get all of this as well. I need to make sure that this is lower priority, otherwise it'll bring stuff in here. Wow, that's also a lot of construction parts we need. Ouch. We do have some issues here. The farm is just because we're producing too much. The cargo ship is what we're working on. The mine control tower here is not having enough. That's because we just don't have enough trucks to empty this one as fast as we fill resources in. So what I could do if I, for example, just for the sake of argument, remove this one. That meant that these trucks that are cutting down the mountain are now allowed to go anywhere, which means they go into here or anywhere else. Let's see, where are you going? You're going into that one, for example. Ah, right, that's also not really exclusive. Yeah, okay. So actually they might not make much of a difference, but they will be sort of spreading them out to other ones. Let's see, what about you? Yeah, that one, for example, that goes... Oh, that's interesting. So that actually means that they will be allowed to drop mixed loads. That I was not aware of. I thought that you couldn't deliver mixed loads. Let's just have a look. That's good. So what the perfect solution is that all of the other ones are dedicated. You're dedicated. This one's dedicated. This one's dedicated. And that one is dedicated. But this is only one that is not dedicated, which means it can go in here, but it can also just send them out directly to just unload into the ocean, which is perfect. And look at that, our ship, we have our first cargo ship. It got started. Also, I need to make sure that it goes on there. What is it called? It is as efficient as possible. You can make it go slower and then be more efficient, because although we have scaled something up here, we don't have enough. So what are we doing here? There's no oil, there's no nothing. Okay, that will eventually get done. And our ship should be coming back. Go home. There we go. We have our ship. It has returned with the first little bit of oil here. That's brilliant. I need to reduce the speed. So instead of 138 per shipment, then it goes like 97. That's an improvement. Power generation. We actually got our power generation. Look at that. And crisis management. How appropriate that they suggest that I should learn something about crisis management. Excellent. What are we seeing here? This one is bringing fuel into that location. So that's fine. Do I want a warning for this? Yes, because if that's warned, then if this is not getting enough oil, then that's a problem. So now the way it works with this ship is you need to have a ship dock. You need to have a ship. A ship needs fuel, and then it won't depart now. I was like, why are you not departing? 2 reasons. First, it needs to empty. That's this one that goes down. It empties incredibly slow. But once it's empty, then it will go out as soon as there is enough to pick up. So there's 440 plus 440, so 880. This means it'll not go out even if it was empty with cargo. It wouldn't go out until there's 880 available out in the network. And they disconnected because there's no more storage here. 220 storage here, and once we get all the other ones gone, then it should be fine. Great, crude resources are getting low, and there. So now we can start working on our power production. We're going to be making power production somewhere up here. Let's see, we have the road here, so let's look at what I want for power production. We're kind of missing one more thing, but this is going to be enough for now. And I'm going to be doing like a normal small build, 2 of these inbounds, and then that goes into 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I also need flywheels, which is what we are requesting now. Then I need a boiler. That's just going to be a coal boiler, and I'll be getting that something like this. Yeah, I think that's fine. Maybe I'll just rotate it and flip it like that. Yes. So the unfortunate thing is we can't do anything about the steam yet because we don't have a way to recover the steam. So that's going to be a little unfortunate here. And then goes in, and that goes in. Good. This goes... let's get the steam or the smokestack. That one be here and here. Nope. That one, it's up top level. That'll be pretty much what I need here. You're going to be venting everything, and that will be pretty much what I want. I'll just copy this and flip it, and then build it 1, 2, aside from the other one. That's as close as they can make. Refugees are not really coming in with a lot of goods, but we do need some for this one. So I need coal coming in, which means I need to start working on this location here, this coal facility, and I'll just be baking it, I don't know, somewhere like this. And I'll also be making an ore sorting facility. The ore sorting facility, let's make it somewhere like this, and I will get the ore sorting facility will obviously have coal, and then it will also have rocks and dirt, and I'll move the rocks over to D. Yes, somehow like that. Well, not really. Consistency. There. And that. All right. So that means I'm going to have... Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. You need to be D, and you need to be B, and you need to be A. So everything is flipped around. There we go. That's better. I'll start by having 2 boxes for coal. Then I'll have out here 1 box and 1 box. There. I think that's the least bad option I have for this. And this area, I also want to cut out that blob here because so I can get the road directly. Not really happening anytime soon, but we'll do this so we can kind of get a combination. And I will then take basically all of this area. And then I'll be focusing on trying to get oil. Whenever they start mining, then I'll get the oil. Mine control does not have any place to dump. That is awful. But you are trying to get there. Oh, right. We have another issue. Look at that. We have nowhere to dump. We have filled up our ocean. So let's find some more ocean to fill up like this. Well, there we go. Easy. Oops. Was that... maybe up here. Dig that one out. Yes. Right, so that means we now should be pretty... Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Yeah. Pretty good situation. Alright, so they will now go out here. That was the problem. They didn't have any place to dump it. So, right. High waste. Ooh, that's not great. That has to be like really high priority to get rid of the waste. And also just need to throw it in the ocean. Not our problem right now. I think we need to use the loans here for aggressive construction. So we're going to be loaning 200, borrowing 200. There we go. We get 200. And I'm actually doing a little bit of a finicky thing here. I'm just moving this around. It's a little bit silly to do, but it's kind of what I do. And there and there. Let's get these two done. So that means now we have the oil flowing in here. Nice oil storage, great. And going in here. Yay, that means these two are now working. They're working great. We actually have oil safe. Let's see how small this amount. And this will run out, and when it runs out, it'll just be too bad. And then I can't get any of this anymore. And then I can at least free up this and free up the power as well. Now this part is, again, really silly. I need to move this, but I just don't want to lose the water. So I'm losing construction parts instead of water, which is kind of silly because water is a lot cheaper than construction parts. Mechanical storage, perfect. That is going to be the next one. When we are done with this part, it is now time for us to build that build. So that's going to be the next. We also have the mechanical storage, which we'll need to get up here. This is the flywheels, and 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know if 2 is the right number. I just put 2 in here. And then we also need to get oil in and water. Water will come all the way from over here, which we have started to stockpile. And coal will come in here. But we need to get this part done first. But that's going to be taking a little bit of waiting time until we get that done. According to the quest here, this is a complete power plant. And it technically is, because for some reason these ghosts can actually transport the mechanical energy through this. So I don't know. That's fine. We'll accept it as a quest, and then take the reward. That's 20. That's 80 more of these parts, which is amazing. Which is what we need. It's not quite done in my view. This is also still working on this part. And still working on this part. I really want another one up here, but that's still in progress. Loose storage is low coal, but at least we are getting some coal in here. That's really nice. So it has found somewhere where they can dig out some coal. I need at least one more truck in, or one more digger in here. Let's have a look at the situation. That one, you are okay. You're kind of working on it eventually. Here's the main issue is that our iron is, our iron is actually surprisingly good right now. Okay, let's just scale this one down. I was kind of panicking a little bit on this because we don't have any settlement water anymore. This is kind of bad, and that's why I need this in here. I should be collecting water, but we have an acute lack of rain, and it just hasn't accrued at all. That's really weird. So I'm gonna need to have all of this feed into settlement water. It used to be fine, and then I just started shoveling it around just to have a neater location here, but that apparently made it not work. But this one needs to get done as the first one. Can we get it done? Yes, this is working, and this is almost working. What are we missing? We're missing concrete. Concrete should not be a problem. So that's just the issue of us being too busy in the network. So we're gonna let it just run a little bit more until we get this part completed and also get this one up and running again. Our coal power plant is done, but it's not really working just yet. We need to get stuff inbound, and that means if we look at our projected road, I'd really like to go above this mountain, but if I do, then I can't dig out the mountain. So unfortunately, I do have to sort of go around this part. Do I want to go up, or do I want to stay down on this one? I think we'll let them go underneath. So let's go over here and then get it all the way in to this location, and maybe here, and go 2 down. That's the first inbound, and that's the second inbound. Good. So that will be there. That's done. And how much? Oof, that's a lot. We are having, honestly, quite a lot of issues with paying our bills. Our loans here are quite severe because we actually have a lot of stuff, and somehow they are coming in at the same time. So we actually need to pay more than 100 construction parts at that point. So we need to be a little bit mindful of that. And by a little bit mindful, I mean like extremely mindful. This is going to be using more than if a single pipe. So I'm going to actually need 2 pipes here. That means I'm gonna get in here and press R to not select, and then press R to get it in here. I'll get another one here. There we go. So these 2 will now need to come from all the way over here. And then they need to go below here as well. Advanced diesel got done. Okay, so now we need to do this. That's definitely not going to be in this episode here. Let's get some ramps here. And yes, I know you could do burrowed pipes, but I don't like that. I don't like burrowed pipes. And I'm going to take that over from here as well. So basically, I'm going to get this in here. Keep it at below level. Then I'm going to get a pipe. This is the inner one. Okay. So, right. Oh, perfect. Wow, perfect. And 1, 2. Up. Go. Go. Go all the way up. No. Go here. 2 down. Go through it. Go 2 up. Did I miss it? Yeah, I missed it by 1. So close. Try again. And this is unfortunately also going to need a ton of construction parts 1, which is kind of what we don't have right now. That's 1. And then get the other one. Now I'm going to get 2 pipes out here, which is... Oh, right. I'm going to get 2 pipes out, but only 1 pipe in. That's obviously not going to work. Well, it will, because I am going to get another one inbound, because I want to use some of my water collected and some water pumps inbound. And there, good. But I don't need to build both. I just need to build this one. And there, that's definitely needed. This one, this one, this one. Because otherwise they really can't move around this area. Now, what else do I need? I need to get a location. Here's my water. And I already have this here. So I am going to build that as close as possible here. And now I realize that I should have taken this forest out first. What forest are we actually... Oh, there's just 1 little tree left. Okay, so fine. This needs to be done. And I'll just take 1 pipe out here. 1, 2. Hey, it managed to squeeze through here. And it'll be... I think here. There you go. And that also gets done. Did they... Oh, there's a kink. There's a kink. So, voices. And... try again. And then we'll just get this one operational. It'll be taking a little bit of time to get this going. Here we go. This is finally the last piece of the puzzle. The last piece was a long fuel line here. So now we can actually say, do we want to prioritize the stuff coming in from here, or do we want to prioritize the stuff here? So as long as this is full, I'd like to prioritize it, but I don't want to use all of this water. So suddenly copper doesn't have any. Oops, because there will be a constant demand over here. Let's see, this one takes a while to fill up, and only when it's filled up, then it'll start going in here. Oh, no. It looks like something is working. It was working a little bit at least. And we can see that this is going down, missing input. Obviously, yes, because we're not having... Oh, look at that. It's actually bringing water in. Oh, that's probably why we're missing water some places. Definitely don't want to bring water into this one, which also shouldn't be happening as this one is full. So now this also means that they will no longer be getting coal or water in manually or by trucks, which is super inefficient. So we have our power. This power will actually make a huge difference in our consumption of fuel. And therefore I can actually right now just do that. Then we drop down to 8 megawatt, which should be sufficient, and that will immediately diminish our oil consumption like radically. Let's take stock of where we are. Let's look at our breaching. Are they breaching? Oh, this is so damn close. Like there's a little bit of a dent there, but I think we'll, by the time we do our updates, we can do it. So let's take a look at what's working and what's not working as the rain is pouring down. Well, obviously the stuff that's not working is the fact that we just cannot transport things fast enough between our locations. It's also this balancing here between all these different things that all need iron. So I need iron into construction parts, I need iron into gears, I need iron into vehicle parts, and I need iron into, well, not really here, but I need then the mechanical. So mechanical gears, mechanical gears, mechanical gears, that's the most important. So there's a lot of things that require the same things, and the same with these parts here. And balancing them out is really difficult, because if I don't have enough resources, then it's only going to be the highest priority that gets something, and that will just be starving. And only when that's completely saturated, like for example here, all the iron goes into gears, and the gears goes into maintenance, obviously the most important, but that means nothing gets done in any of the other parts, which is not ideal. So we're going to need a bus to lower the amount of running back and forth, because we can see that, well, actually it's looking okay now. They're actually, all of them are working right now. Okay, so it's stabilized, but we need all this iron going in here in a better way. And yeah, so bus is definitely something that's not working, or like our transport needs. Then we have gotten oil in and looks okay. I was about to say it looks okay, but it doesn't look okay. We're actually starving a little bit, and that means we're actually burning through our oil faster than we are consuming it. If we look at our diesel here, look at the graph. Let's take the fuel out. Well, total consumption, construction, I don't care about that. Fuel is okay as well. Fuel should be steady, but our production graph doesn't say anything. Our consumption graph doesn't really say anything, unfortunately. I'd like this to be sort of settling down, and we can't really see that it's trending down because this is not being consumed anymore. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to see that it's actually trending downwards. So next time it's going to be oil and a bus. Advanced oil and a bus is going to be in the next episode, so stay tuned. And we'll also be, oh, look at that, we'll also be able to go through this one. Yay, look at that, they can actually run through it now. We have also breached the mountain pass. That's great. That's also one of the things that we set out as our target at the beginning of the series, or at the beginning of this episode. So we've done the breaching the mountain pass, we got a new coal deposit, we got our power consumption so we can alleviate the oil demand. And we've also been supplementing the oil demand with stuff coming from... That's weird. That seems odd. It's turned the wrong way. Oh no. Oops. Well, I'll just cut that out. No one will ever know that I turned it the wrong way. Anyway, thank you for joining. If you want to get the save game and find all the rest of my mistakes, then those are available to Patreon supporters. So if you're a Patreon supporter, you can just download the save game, find my mistakes, let me know in the Discord channel, or when I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to stream this twice a week because I'm absolutely loving this game. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.